Guys, welcome to day 6 of PODmas. I am your girl, Steffi Kiss. If you don't know what PODmas is, I will be releasing a new mini episode every day for the first 25 days of December leading up to Christmas, just to give you a sneak peek of the topics you can expect to hear on the upcoming Autism Mami podcast. And today we are talking about routines, okay? I don't know about y'all, but I really feel like all of us are creatures of habit. Even if you live your life like a string in the wind, most of your productivity comes from some sort of routine. For example, daily hygiene, that's a routine. It's something we do or should do every single day, and you probably have a specific order of the way you do things, right? That is a type of routine. Me personally, I need some sort of structure because it helps me with my anxiety and provides security for me. When my schedule is completely out of whack, I just feel it like deep down in my spirit. And honestly, it wasn't until I had my son did I realize how important having some sort of a routine was. Because of Ethan's autism diagnosis, having daily routines help him not only learn daily activities, but also provides him with much needed independence. For example, we have routines for all aspects in his life: morning routine, school routine, dinner routine, bedtime routine, a getting dressed routine, a brushing our teeth routine. All of this, it's a routine, it's a structure that I have implemented in his life to not only give him structure, but to also allow him to do things on his own because he knows the set way of doing them. Where in time, Ethan will be able to do and complete all of these tasks without my help or supervision. And that is the ultimate goal. Coming up and sticking with these routines is not always easy and can take some trial and error, but it can benefit not only you, but your entire family. Some tips that have helped me build these routines have been: start small and build your way up. When it comes to Ethan, I have to teach him how to focus at one step at a time. So if I give him a humongous list or checklist of things to do, I promise you he's not even going to do the first one. Most people believe that they have to tackle everything right from the gate. And while that might work for some, I know for me, that becomes overwhelming. I love to plan, as you heard in a previous episode where I said that can actually help with my self-care because it just helps me see what the planning is. It can also kind of deter me from actually doing what I need to do. Like I said, I love to plan, and I can sit here and come up with a whole execution plan from start to finish and never start just because it is literally draining just to think about it. So for me, small goals are easier to accomplish than bigger ones. And I've noticed that even with my son, he falls into routine faster when the gratification or praise from completing comes sooner rather than later. Focus on one thing at a time and you will see your routine grow and you will stick to it easier. Tip number 2, visual and or audio cues. Get a board where you can see everything you need to do. Dry erase board, a chalkboard, or just even a planner or something that you can write on. I built a morning routine board for Ethan that visualized everything he needed to do in the morning. And after a while, he stopped needing to see it visually and just remembered his steps without prompting. Talking to him and saying the steps out loud also reinforced his routine. Figure out what works for you and your family and whether the methods you are using are still helpful on your journey of building a routine. Like I mentioned, Ethan doesn't need the visual cues for his morning routine anymore, and I realized this when he would get upset when I would bring it out. It wasn't that he didn't want to do the routine, he was just past the need for visuals and would get frustrated with having to use something he no longer needed. I do bring it back out when introducing new steps or changes in routine so he can see what's coming before we get to that step. Audio prompts may work just as well. Are there songs that you can incorporate to your routine that make it fun? There's a reason Barney's cleanup song was a hit. Not saying that you have to include the purple dinosaur with all the bops, But music is not only motivational, but can also trigger responses. I, for example, listen to the same playlist every time I work out because my body just pushes harder because it knows when it hears those songs, it's time to put in the work. My third and final tip would be you do not have to be perfect, and positive reinforcement goes a long way. Whether the routine is for you or your family, you need to realize every day will not be perfect, but getting through the motions, even with modifications, is way better than not completing them at all. And telling yourself that you're doing a good job rather than berating yourself or pointing out the failures will help you get it right the next time because there will be no negativity associated with it. Building a routine takes patience, whether it's for your kids or just for you. Always remember it's better to do a portion of your routine than none at all. Be kind and patient, and always remember,
bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job. Bitch, you doing a good job.